Geometry, Chapter 1, Section 5, Example 3. Let's find some measures of some angles given some information here. So we're looking for x. I guess when I've been looking for the measure of an angle, just looking for x, using whatever that symbol means. So the question is, what does that symbol mean? Well, it means perpendicular. Perpendicular. And what does perpendicular mean? Perpendicular means right angles are 90 degrees. So we know that KO and HM, those lines have to be perpendicular to each other. So KO from here all the way over there, and HM through H up through M have to make 90 degrees. So we know that this part right here is 90 degrees. Since that part's 90 degrees, we know that this KJI, this 3x plus 6, added to this IJH, this 9x, makes 90. So I can just write that. So 3x plus 6 plus the 9x is equal to 90. Right, this 3x plus 6 plus this 9x together makes this perpendicular, makes this 90 degrees from here over there, 90 degrees. Okay, then you're ready to solve the problem. So 3x plus 9x would be, 3 plus 9 is 12, so 12x plus 6 is equal to 90. You're going to find we're going to practice our algebra skills a lot in this whole year. Next, we want to isolate the variable, so subtract 6 from both sides. There we go. So the 12x drops straight down, the equal sign drops straight down. The minus 6 is on both sides of my equal sign, so 90 minus 6 is 84. 84, not 84. So, wow, that's just bad. 84, that looks more like 4. And then we want to get the x by itself, so we divide by 12. If you do it to one side of the equal sign, you do it to the other side of the equal sign. And so 12 divided by 12 is 1, so you get 1x. And 84 divided by 12 would be 7. So we've done that. We've found x. That's all it asks us to do in this case. That problem is done. Let's look at another one. Find x and y so that BE and AD are perpendicular. And what does perpendicular mean? Perpendicular means 90 degrees. So we want BE, B to E. We want AD, A to D, is 90 degrees. And you want to find x and y, so what's going to help us here? Well, you could add these two together, or you could just take this one amount, whichever one you want. Eventually we're going to have to do both because we do have to find x and y. So I'm going to do x first. So finding x, so that's going to be this 6x plus this 3x. So 6x came from right here, added to this 3x is going to be equal to 90 degrees. So 6x plus 3x is 9x, and that's going to be equal to 90, and so x has to be equal to 10. Let's look at the y part. Here's my y part, this thing right here. So 12y minus 10 has to be equal to 90 degrees because we know they're perpendicular. And then we're just solving a mathematical algebraic problem. So we're going to add 10 to both sides of the equal sign. So the 12y drops straight down. This becomes 100. Then I'm going to divide by 12 on both sides. And then the 12 drop out. 12 divided by 12 is 1, so y is going to be equal to 100 divided by 12. And we grab our handy-dandy calculator. If we don't know what 100 divided by 12 is, then we take 100 and we divide by 12, and we get 8.33333. And we're really smart, and we know that that means 8 1/3. And so we've solved for x, we've solved for y, we have done this problem. So I've got one check for understanding here, so go ahead, turn off or pause the video, come back when you've done it, and see how you did. Okay, hopefully you've done this. We know that AD and CE are perpendicular, which means 90 degrees. 90 degrees, right? And so adding these two together should give us a 90 degrees. So I'm going to add 4x plus 5x, and that should be equal to 90 degrees. Pretty easy problem. 4x plus 5x is 9x equals 90. So x has to be equal to 10. That's all it asks us to do, was find x, so we are done.